Today, thanks to my big and powerful Kosori twin fry, I'm going to make a lasagna with broccoli and sausage, which is absolutely amazing. Make it with me, let's get started. So first of all, in a large pan, I add some extra virgin olive oil, then I add a bit of garlic. Already chopped, so I'll leave it like that. If you prefer, you can use whole pieces, whole cloves, and then remove them later. I let it saute for a few moments. By the way, let me remind you that my two cookbooks are only available on Amazon. Just search for Carlo Gaiano recipe book and you'll get them in no more than 2 days. Then I add a bit of chili pepper. This one is dried, so I didn't add it earlier, otherwise it would have burned. And I start adding 10 beans that I obviously washed beforehand. Now I just add a glass of water. Keep in mind that it's almost 2 kilograms so cleaned, so a glass of water is more than enough. Then I cover and cook over medium heat for about 15 minutes. Now I transfer the broccoli into a container, then I add the bechamel sauce. After that, I add the salt. To the bechamel sauce, I only added a bit of pepper and nutmeg. And I start mashing everything with a potato masher. If you prefer, mash everything with an immersion blender. That way you'll be faster and you'll definitely get a creamier result. I prefer a slightly rougher texture. Okay, now air fryer. And since this one has double heating elements both above and below, I remove the divider and the racks and cook everything directly in the basket, which is very large. So I put a bit of sauce on the bottom. Then I add the leaves. Then I add more cream. Add the sausage, breaking it up. If needed, the sausage. You can also sear it a bit, but I prefer not to sear it so it doesn't dry out too much, since it will cook just fine anyway. Now, I add the parmesan, the soft cheese. You can use mozzarella, scamorza, or provola. The important thing is to dry them if they're wet. Strain them well. And in the same way, I make more layers until I use up all the ingredients. So to recap the pasta sheet, I'm using the egg one. I put it in raw, the bechamel and broccoli cream, the sausage, the grated cheese, the soft cheese. And I keep going like this on the last layer. I put all the remaining cream. I cover it with the remaining sausage. Plenty of parmesan to make a crust. Mamma mia! A drizzle of oil. Then I close the air fryer and cook for the first 20 minutes using the air fry function at 150 degrees. And then I set it to bake and cook at 140 degrees for another 25 minutes. Here we are. Look at this. So let's see. Look at this. Oh my, Make this recipe, it's amazing. And let me know what you think in the comments below. For now, I'll say goodbye, and as usual, before I leave you, I want to wish you a good meal.